Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Max. I have a car rental fleet in Arizona. My brother Zach, together with us and our partner at the same facility, we've got 250 cars. Today we're looking at a car that just came back from a renter, and it probably could be one of the worst renters we've ever had. I'm gonna explain the story real quick as we take a look at it. This is it. As you can see, the front bumper is completely torn off. There's a reason for it's getting repaired or probably replaced. Fun fact is he got hit really hard in the back as well. So we're having to replace the back bumper. Essentially what happened is the guy was an Uber driver. He was renting the car, and I got an email from the Tempe Police Department, and they said, hey, we found out that one of your vehicles is involved in robberies, and we want your help to try to, solve this case. So, knowing me, I was like, of course, I'll help out. And so I called the guy right away and I said, hey, what's going on? He said that the person that was renting the car wasn't the one actually involved in the burglaries, but he was like the driver for them. And so he just wanted our help tracking the car. So I pretty much gave him our Tesla access. So I sent him like a Tesla key essentially to his phone. And, when I was on the phone with him, I said, hey, are you guys going to damage the car at all? Because you guys are the ones intercepting it. Like, is it going to be damaged, do you think? And he's like, no, our team's really good. And I said, well, what happens if it does get damaged? And he didn't really give me an answer to that. He's like, oh, we'll figure it out, but like, just know that it won't get damaged. And I was like, okay. Sounds good. So, I give him the access. I don't hear from him for a while. I call him a little later. I say, hey, just so you know, I turned off the guy's access so he can't even get in the car anymore. And the deputy or whatever he was said, no, I need you to keep his access. We want to be getting the car while it's driving. And I said, are you sure? Like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. I think it's fine if it just stays there. He's like, no. He like convinced me. He said, no, it needs to be driving. Trust me, it has to be like this. And I was like, well, what happens if it gets in an accident? He's like, we'll figure that out. But as right now, like, I just, need you to give his access back. And I listened to him, unfortunately. I probably shouldn't have, because obviously this is where we are right now. And so I gave him his access back, and I get a call like probably an hour later from the deputy, and he's like, yeah, so we intercepted the car. And I said, well, that's good. Is everything okay with it? He's like, yeah, everything's good. We just had to smash into it and grapple it. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Are you joking? And I'm like, so who's covering this? So that's like the first question I asked him. I'm like, so who's paying for this? He's like, yeah, you're gonna have to figure it out with the renter and the insurance company. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you have to be kidding me. Like, well, first off, we specifically had the car parked so something like this wouldn't happen. Well, and then he told us that if they were gonna go get it, like, it wasn't gonna be damaged. And we had the opportunity to not have it damaged, not have it move. And he told me to freaking have it move. And then this happens, and he pretty much just said, you gotta figure it out with your, insurance company and the renter, like, good luck, and then just like ended the conversation. And so he gave his lieutenant's number, or his sergeant and lieutenant's number and stuff like that, and we've been contacting, but they're like, oh, you're gonna have to talk to this department. So they're just kind of passing it off. But that's where we're at, and it's pretty shitty, obviously. I mean, we have this car and now it has to sit out. It's probably gonna take like 2 weeks to fix, and this isn't actually the only thing that happened to it. There's a brake line that runs kind of in the back section here. It was actually snapped, so we had to fix that as well. I mean, between literally the two bumpers and the brake line, it's about $7,000 in damage. So here we are fixing it, and later we're gonna have to determine who's paying for it, which is super crappy. As you can tell, like, obviously there's a cover normally on this, dips down, there's a little compartment, but now it's just absolutely torn up. So I guess the lesson that I learned today is don't rent to burglars, which obviously we can't vet for. I mean, he didn't have a criminal history. We actually did a background check. He was fine too. He was really nice in person, so we couldn't have like known that. But then if you're working with like a police department, don't trust them. Don't just, if they tell you something, give it a little more thought than what they say. Don't just listen to orders blindly, because obviously if you do, it could be fine, or you could end up with a car like this that literally needs a full front and back bumper and its brake lines replaced because I got snapped while the car is being intercepted on the road. Which, I mean, not only is that crazy, but that's so dangerous that the police department would be willing to put like people in public at risk. I mean, like, what if the guy started running and ran into a building or like hit somebody or killed somebody? I mean, there's so much risk to that obviously they didn't think about. So pretty disappointed for sure, but we're gonna get this fixed. It's probably gonna take like a week and a half to 2 weeks, give or take. That's the quote that we got. But look at this. I mean, I got pushed in hard enough to bend this bar. Honestly, I'm no mechanic, so I don't even know what this bar is or what it's called. It's obviously a magnetic strip on it with these little rocks. Actually, those aren't rocks, right? Fluffy. So we'll get this fixed, and then we're gonna have to figure out who the frick is gonna pay for this thing. But yeah, it's absolutely torn apart now. Again, about 2 weeks, and we'll see. What's even crazier about this is when we got the car back, it was trashed inside. We had it cleaned up by one of our guys, but it was literally completely littered with just pure junk. Like, disgustingly dirty. Now, inside looks good, but obviously the outside is like just disgusting. There's cat paw prints from whatever. There's probably a cat around here or something. You can see there's a couple other cars at the shop. Got this Tesla, which is also dirty as well. Really dirty. Look at this. That's crazy. Look at that thing. That is dirty. So wish us luck. This is just kind of you know, part of the process of owning a car rental company. This stuff just breaks and you just have to figure out how to fix it. I mean, that's a business owner. Like, things fall apart or something bad happens and you just have to solve it. In my opinion, that's like the definition of a business owner, unless you're doing the day-to-day operation. I guess this just got to the body shop as well. That thing is messed up. It's probably not a total loss. I don't know. I just literally I'm surprised the airbag didn't go off with that kind of impact. That's crazy. Like, look at that thing. It's probably just well, it's a new door for sure. You're not gonna pull that out. New door, probably a seat or something. So wish us luck on this Tesla. Hope we can figure it out. Hope the police department writes us a check for the damage that they practically caused. And yeah, thanks for watching.